Hey, what's up everybody? This is Big Benedict, Chapter 11, Night in the City of Water. This is my Master Ninja guide for obtaining the trophy Mastered the Path of the Master Ninja. So my approach to Ayani section, which by the way I think is a very tough level, but it's a fair kind of challenging, unlike the Momiji section. Like I said, a very methodical approach through this level. What I'm doing here is I am sundering the limbs of these enemies to the point where they're walking at me at a crawl space. And then I'm doing a red UT just from a distance very carefully to rack up as much essence as I possibly can, because like all the female chapters, you need as much money as you can possibly accrue throughout the level. So just you don't even need to parry their attacks to sunder the limbs. All you need to do is go over to them and her little short swords will chop off their hands. Just press the square button a couple times. Now, things kind of get heated up here when the melee ninja comes in. Just throw incendiary shurikens at him, but the main thing we want to do is get this guy out of the way so we can continue our red UTs on the melee ninja. Excuse me, what am I talking about? We want to continue slaughtering the, you see the red ninjas, those are our targets. The melee ninja, he's only 1 in number, so just run away from him. The thing about Ayani is she's actually very powerful, but her speed is, her agility, it kind of is a downfall because a little bit of unresponsiveness with the controls. So you want to safely distance yourself away from these enemies with the red UT. What you don't want to do is not make contact with these enemies and wind up like right next to them, because a lot of times then they'll grab you and you'll be dead. Another thing is about the UTs, you also just want to, even if you're going to get a blue one off, it doesn't matter. Just whatever you can do to safely eviscerate an enemy. Now, you see the little side road to the right? I'm going to ignore that area for now. The road out of which that ninja just came down. So I like to backtrack over here and throw incendiary shurikens and charge up over here. And I know that even if I make contact with the other red ninjas with just a blue charge, it'll be worth it just to get rid of this melee ninja. So he's actually going to stick around. I didn't finish him off, but he's on the other side of the bridge. So this enemy here I'm going to hit with a couple of hits of the square button, and now I'm going to, like I said, distance myself from them, because look how slowly they're walking. You can't do this on Rachel's chapter, which is unfortunate, but I mean, if you're following this technique, first of all, you're going to get a ton of money to buy a lot of stuff, and secondly, you'll get the Master Ninja rank trophy. It'll be impossible for you not to. So I kind of thought about doing a red UT on this guy. The only problem with these guys here is that if you get a red UT going and they throw an incendiary shuriken at you, it'll break your charge unless you release the charge, and then your releasing it will cancel out the explosion that would ordinarily damage you. So now we have again, I'm going to skip the lycanthropes, the beastmen over to the right. Don't engage those guys. We're going to fight them. We actually have to fight 2 of these guys right now, and sometimes if you backtrack too much, you can quote unquote like unspawn some of these enemies. So be careful of that. We don't want to. That's not really what we want to do, because we're trying to kill as many things as we can here. This is like your last little fight before you can get access to the save point. It's really tough because you really don't have any visibility, like being able to see when you come out of this little tunnel. That mage snuck up on me, and now I'm going to reverse my tracks here, because I don't want to go forward by the riverbank. There's not enough space to fight. Plus, I'm more familiar with this territory since I was just on here. There are some chests that I'll be collecting, but I'm going to do so after the save point. Yeah, I would say like the mages are the deadliest foes that Ayani has to encounter here. They'll shoot up fire geysers from the pavement and you'll be instantly dead. They'll shoot fireballs at you, you'll be instantly dead. The melee ninjas are not that bad. Just don't melee with them. That's something you don't want to do. So just get the hell out. When you see fire, just get out of the way. You can also, the mages will start chanting, and if you hit them, that'll break they won't chant anymore. But you have to do it really quickly. You could also Azuna drop with Ayani. I think it's It's one more square button press than Ryu, so it's like, I think it's square, triangle, square, 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 triangle. So it's kind of ridiculous, and it works. It works pretty well. She can also do a flying swallow and behead enemies. That's it's kind of luck of the draw, though, but it will instantly kill someone. See that right there? I got nailed really badly, and I decided to use a healing item, even though I didn't want to. So, yeah, this fight here, you can, I mean, if you are really, you don't want to follow this strategy and you want to make these enemies disappear, just go up to the last wave that I initially approached, and just head all the way back to this area here. You'll unspawn a bunch of enemies. I'm serious, because it always happens to me. But if you do that kind of technique, you're probably going to be in store for not only not being able to buy much, but possibly not getting the Master Ninja rank. So I am aware of all the little side roads and trophy, and the treasure boxes. I will be getting those. I just want to get to the save point first. But a very important thing to note, aside from, I think there's one treasure box over here, so grab the treasure box. And I just want to point out that there are 2 barrels next to the save point. Don't hit the barrels first. Hit the save point first. I'm going to show you how to manipulate these barrels here. So go over here to the save point. Do not hit the barrels, because this is what can happen when you hit the barrels. You can either hit when you hit them, they'll either give you nothing. They will give you 1 box, or both of them will give you yellow orbs. Now each time, each reward from 1 barrel equals 1,000. Now you could either get nothing, you can get 1,000, or you can get 2,000, like I did. So obviously I saved after I got the 2,000 money drop. So that's how you manipulate things in this game. Then you save it, and what I would do if I didn't get anything, or if I just got one treasure from the barrels, I would just allow myself to get killed in the next section. So when you open this box and get this reward, now we're fighting Beastmen. I wouldn't recommend fighting these guys if you haven't saved it. It's just, it's prudence. You really need to think like along these types of lines. I mean, when we're making a lot of progress and we're doing well, you don't want to die coming over here, because these guys do ambush you. They spawn by you're opening that box right here, and I got hit right there. But normally my goal is on all these enemies trying to get red UT charges, not really to get the Master Ninja rank, but just to get a lot of money. The Obaba boss fight's not that tough, but there's a couple of tough battles. The next one's going to be coming up right after this, after we save it after this, after our dealings here with the Beastmen. In the market square, it's really tough, really hard. But I've gotten a lot better over the years playing this game, and just learning new techniques and stuff. But these guys won't really disappear. So nice to be able to get these guys in a narrow little passage right here, so you can jack them up. Then they're all gone. That's done. I remember the last time I did this guide, I was jumping for joy because I had earned over 10,000 essence points. So here, look at what I got, almost 13,000 right there. So that was really successful. Get these treasure boxes so we don't have to purchase anything else. I mean, nothing too much. This is where a Talisman of Rebirth is on Chapter 6 for Ryu. I still can't even load Chapter 6 myself. Every time I try to load it, it doesn't work. So I have to rebuy the game. But for now, I'm just doing, whatever chapters will actually work. So really tough fight ahead. So definitely you want to save it. Yeah, okay, so I did something really cool up here. Did a really cool execution, so you want to definitely check this out right here. There we go. Took that guy's head off. Isn't Big Benedict the coolest guy in the world right there? So anytime anybody's delaying, you definitely want to, especially if the mage is his delaying, go over to him promptly and just get him out of the way. And over here, be less concerned about like earning money and stuff, and more concerned with killing enemies. And see how much that took away? It's just really crazy. Try not to use too much Nimpo here. Her Nimpo is fairly good. It's better than Rachel's. A little bit poorer than Momiji's. Take this guy out. Be more concerned here with like chaining essence attacks. It's really important because you really don't have a lot of space to work with here. There are barrels on the sides of the fruit stands. those things, see the watermelons just bursted down. There's no money in those, only in the barrels. So we're going to do a little bit of barrel manipulation after this. Any barrels that are left, you want to do the same routine where if both barrels aren't giving you the drop, just keep doing it until they do, because they will. It's just like a little lottery. It doesn't even take that long either. So we got all the mages out of the way. Now it's just red ninjas. Do beware though. There are 3 melee ninjas that are they're going to come right after you kill these guys here. And the melee ninjas, they love to spawn like right next to you and just start slashing at you, and then you'll be dead real quick. So there's this. Before the Obaba boss fight, there's a huge wave of all these same enemies: melee ninjas, mages, and these red ninjas here. See, that guy just dropped down right there. But in the fight that I just mentioned, the one before the Obaba boss fight, same enemies. It's just that we have a lot more open space, and I think that works for the player because there's more room to maneuver. Less hot spots on the ground. More room to evade the fire geysers and the flame attacks that the mages do. So I apologize. I was tempted to speed this up, but I just said, you know what, it's all good. So I'm just going to take care of these guys here, and you probably want to absorb their essence pronto so you can expedite a charge on these melee ninjas here. See, I didn't even do it right there. So yeah, in a pinch, use your magic. It's really good to get to the huge wave of enemies before the Obaba boss fight with like 4 or 5 Nimpo abilities. It's really not the way Nimpo works in this game is if you're low on health or you just want some health, you cast Nimpo, and your chances of getting a health drop increase. So that's kind of how I worked the last fight. I don't even think I used a single healing item. It was the same way. I'm like, wow, that was close right there. Really got to be careful. If you don't want to OT those guys, just get away from them and shoot them with arrows or with the incendiary shurikens. So that actually, yeah, this was a lot smoother this time for me. So don't hit the barrels yet. There's 2 left. For me, there might be more or less for you depending on what happened during that whole fight. So this was me going back and getting the barrels. See, that one there's $1,000. And here's another $1,000. Again, sometimes both barrels will yield 0 money. Sometimes one will give you 1,000. Sometimes the other one will give you nothing. But you have to keep doing it until they both give you 1,000, ideally. So I'm gonna smash some watermelons right there. This body right there, we're gonna loot him in a moment. Or I did it right there, didn't I? He has the grains of spiritual life. So now we have 3 of those at our disposal. And these gold Van Gelbs here, you could really. If they step on you or punch you, you're dead. It's really crazy. So I evaded at the last moment there. But they really have. It's either they're really weak or we're really strong. I think it's I think it's the latter. I think it's. So beware as you backtrack here. Just hit them like 3 times, and then they lose a limb. Then you can execute them. It's pretty simple, actually. I don't even think I took a hit. There we go. Then I edited out me going to the store, but all I did was I bought a bunch of Devil's Way mushrooms, and I bought as many healing items as I could. So I went into this fight with 3 higher potions, or whatever you want to call them, and 2 lower healing items. And I don't even think I used any on this fight here. And this normally would be the hardest fight for me. So you want to chain essence attacks here. You want to try to behead the mages. The mages are what's always going to kill you. They're so when you hear them chanting, really listen for them chanting, and like when they stop chanting, like if you don't want to go over to them, when they stop chanting, that means they're going to summon some fire geysers. I mean, once their incantation has run its course, and you've heard it all go, and you suspect they're going to do their flame. So right there, that's me preventing that guy from casting his own Nimpo right there. I did a nice Azuna drop on his ass. Failed the UT. Going to get an OT on him though. Yeah. So this is it's not that bad. It really isn't. It took me. I died a few times, but it was always the mages. Always those guys. That melee ninja. Okay. So now we're casting Nimpo. the Ninpo is really not going to help you on the Obaba boss fight, so you might as well use it. We're never going to be playing as this character again. I really don't mind this. I used to really hate this chapter because I just wasn't that good, and I didn't realize how you could really exploit these enemies and get the most money. The chapter that I've really grown to hate is the Rachel chapter, and I think I might do a rant video on that, but I'm not going to be screaming. I'm just going to be saying all the negatives about that because it's so bad. A lot of people hate that. I think it's the worst one, and not even, I used to think the Momiji section was the worst, but I don't know. I would say the Momiji is the hardest, but like the most irritating is Rachel's. Just like the most consistently irritating. So here I'm using a lot of Ninpo, trying to pick up some health drops here. See if get some health drops. Well, that not that time, but just always be aware in your mind if there's essence around. Just do an on landing charge and do your attack, because even if you don't connect with an enemy, provided you're not like right next to them when you finish your charge, you're invulnerable during the animation, so nothing's going to hit you. So that guy threw a dagger into me. I OT'd him. Did I cancel it out? Yeah, I think I canceled that damage out that I would have got. Now I'm just doing some charges. I realized that this battle is almost over. But yeah, this battle used to be... I used to dread this battle so much, and it just seemed like it would go on forever. But this time around, I was like, bring on some more guys. Let's keep fighting. Anyway, so Obaba's coming up, and let's see. This might be the last guy. Yeah, here's Obaba. You can't block when her globe slams down. By the way, this I don't know how to evade save for Ninpo. When her body slams onto the ground, you can't block it. You have to dodge it. She has two grab moves. Normally, you can use healing items to save yourself. That's what happened to me at the end of this fight. But that attack where she brings both of her, you see this? You see that shit? Save my ass right there. It's nice to have so many healing items. So just keep hitting her globe. She'll block. Dodge that. Her attacks are very quick and hard to foresee. She will do a move where she twirls around. It'll break your guards. So that move right there, you gotta. If you're blocking, it'll break your guards. So then just dodge away again. It's pretty much all she does. She blocks pretty frequently. Just kind of rely on healing items. That's what I do. Just try to perform well and just don't waste too much stuff in the other battle. See right there, she grabbed me again. So that's how bad I am at evading grabs. That just goes to show you how cheap these grabs are too. Right there, I knew I could probably dash through that one there, and just take this old croon down. I hate this boss. She's lame. Chapter 11 completed. We got 100,000 for kills, 10,000 for essence, no Ninpo left. Got a good playtime. 714,000 got Master Ninja 2.